property search and compare website. We're based in Luxembourg. Okay. So the basic problem is that looking for property is hard. When you've just got the property listings websites, all you've got is the information from the seller. So it's very hard to think about where you should buy and also when you should buy. The governments in a lot of countries offer national statistics, but they're very generic, so they give you the average house price. But that doesn't say if you're looking for a big house, a small house, an apartment, things like that. So, Hauser aims to solve this problem. First of all, with Hauser, you search like you think. So, if you're looking for a 2-bedroom apartment to buy, that's exactly what you type. It's natural language, so you can use phrases like house around 500,000, it'll look 10% more or less than that. You can do things like in the last year, in the last month, in the last week. So it makes it very easy to find very quickly what you're looking for. The real interesting thing is that Hauser helps buyers with extra information. So we take the property you're interested in and we compare it to similar properties. When I say similar properties, I mean we take the characteristics like the living size, the area, the smallest area available, whether it's got a garage, so many bedrooms, things like that, and we create an average out of this, of similar properties. So then you can see at a glance whether your property is good value or bad value. And another interesting thing is if you look at the time on the market, you can see at a glance how it rates where the property is in the time scale. The average house maybe takes 3 months to sell. This one's only been in the market for 1 month, so that means maybe you get a bit of time before you make your bid. But if the average selling time is 3 months and your property's been in the market for 6 months, then maybe you should think about making a bid quicker. So all this extra information is to help the buyer when they're thinking about making a bid. Another very interesting thing is the Hauser remembers. So we track property prices, individual property prices, and we can show you exactly what the seller has done to the price since it was put in the market. So here you can see this is a real property in Luxembourg. We've already got a working prototype. So you can see it started off at almost 800,000, and then over the course of almost a year, or only over 4 months, it's already down to 675,000. So this is very interesting information to know if you're thinking about buying this property. It gives you a bit of an edge if you know that the seller lowered the price by 100,000 last week, so it can kind of help you adjust your strategy and save you a lot of money. So, as well as looking at individual properties, Hauser can use the property analytics from all the market data that we've gathered to generate averages and trends for the whole country and for very specific properties. So there's already statistics from the government of Luxembourg, for instance. They offer 3 monthly reports on the average house price, the average apartment price, and things like that. But the problem is that as I mentioned before, a house that sells for 3 million in Luxembourg in the centre is completely different from a house that sells for 200,000 in the north of the country. And in fact, a friend of mine, when she heard about the project I was doing, asked me, well, I heard that house prices in Luxembourg went up by 10% last year, so I'm interested in selling a house. That means my house should be around 10% more. But of course, averages don't work like that. It means the most expensive areas can really skew the market. When actually we looked at her type of property in Hauser, the price hadn't gone up at all. So some of the statistics can be very, very misleading. You can see we offer micro trends for the types of house you're looking for. You can see for a very specific commune or area, we will calculate the average for the type of house. So here is a house to buy in the past year, and you can see for the area of sense. So this could be completely different from the national average and gives you a real insight. When you're thinking about where to buy in the country, you can see what's interesting, what's not. Maybe I don't want to buy if the house prices are falling since last year. So we're starting off in Luxembourg because we live here. We've already got a lot of data for here, but we've been collecting data for lots of other countries, and we intend to launch in quite a short time scale in lots of other countries in Europe, and hopefully further afield. Thanks for listening, and you can hopefully soon visit us on hauser.lu.